Boom, I'm in the room. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this live awesome quiz on a Tuesday, only tonight. Because I'm away, I've done a pre-record. Now, the reason I've done a pre-record is because, and I've also premiered it, so you can, if you're watching live, you can put your comments in and other people can see your comments. I think that's how it works. I think. So they tell me that's how it works. So what I'm just going to do is, all I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the quiz tonight, going to give you the answers. As normal, all you need to do is pop your scores in the old chat box and then see how you do. And then I'll when I get back, what I'll do is I'll review it all, and then I'll put some comments in just to congratulate you on how well you did, because I'm sure you'll all do very well. Well, obviously there aren't going to be any comments in today because that I can see in this first bit, but you guys will be able to see it in the comments box. So what I'll do is, if I get going, and then you can also come back on catch up, if that makes sense, and you can still put your scores in the chat box if you're on catch up. Now, what I'll do is let's just run through the housekeeping, because there's nothing else on the telly, obviously. That's why you're watching me on a Tuesday, coming live, only not quite live, from the Hill Manor. If you want to support what I do, you're most welcome to buy me a coffee. It's not compulsory, obviously, but there's the link there, and there's a QR code. Check me out. How cool am I having a QR code? Also, if this is your first time here, or if you're returning and you haven't subscribed to the channel, now subscription costs nothing. It's free. All you do is click subscribe, and if you hit the bell icon and click, I think it's all, you get notified when I go live. So if you forget, it goes ping, and it lets you know that we're going live. And I always have a 2-minute lead in, just to let things settle down, because that's what I'm like. I just let things settle down. So what we'll do then is, oh, don't forget, Thursdays. Thursdays is everyday conversations regarding mental health. I try and get experts in, I try and get people in to talk about different aspects of mental health. Not sure what's coming this week, because I'm not sure when this is going out, because I'm recording it in early February, ready for I know I'm not going to be around for a couple of Tuesdays in the future, which is like now to you guys. See what I did there? Okay, right. Shall we get on with the quiz? So let's have a look at question 1. So question 1. Who won the US Open men's single final in 1990 at the age of 19? That's a good question, isn't it? Who won the US Open men's singles final in 1990 at the age of 19? Very young to be winning an Open. And question 2. What is a study of the manner in which organisms carry on their life process? Do you like this in the box? Just showing behind the scenes look. So, what is the study of the manner in which organisms carry on their life process? Question 3. Who did Lennox Lewis beat to win his first heavyweight title? Bit of the old Marquis of Queensberry going on there. So who did Lennox Lewis beat to win his first heavyweight title? That's an interesting one, isn't it? What 1970s film came from Pink Floyd tune? I'll read that again. What 1970s film came from a Pink Floyd tune? That's interesting, isn't it? Why is it doing that? No, it shouldn't be doing that. It should be doing that and then do that. That's a better look, isn't it? That's a better look. Right. Question 5. What is the belief that government and law should be abolished known as? I can hardly see the questions. Hang on, I know how to do it. Stand fast. Let's push that way. Yeah, there you go. So, what is the belief that government and law should be abolished known as? Let's have a little tipple. Well, it's only a cup of coffee this time of the day. Question 6. During a hockey bully-off, how many times must sticks touch? Yeah. During a hockey bully-off, how many times must sticks touch? Question 7. Oh, Catch-22 had what original name before the publishers changed it? It's an interesting question, isn't it? Catch-22 had what original name before the publishers changed it? Question 8. Natalie Horner is the lead singer of which band formed in 2004? I don't know why I should have changed all this beforehand. But there you go. So Natalie Horner is the lead singer of which band formed in 2004? So the scrum half question, number 9. Oh, in which month of 1940 did the Battle of Britain begin? Reach for the sky. Remember that? Remember Reach for the Sky? Boom. When I set this up, the way I do it is I have to copy and paste. And for some reason, it copied and pasted this view. Shrunk down. But there you go. So, in which month of 1940 did the Battle of Britain begin? We all know when it ended, but when did it begin? 10. Oh, which singer brought together the Eurythmics and Aretha Franklin in 1985? That's an interesting question. Which singer brought together the Eurythmics and Aretha Franklin in 1985? So, how do you think you did in that round? Some of them were fairly easy, some of them you had to think about. So, without too much further ado, Should we go for the answers? So the answer to question 1 was Pete Sampras. You know what to do if you've got Pete Sampras. Give yourself a point and a thumbs up. Question 2. Physiology. Try to say that after a couple of points. Physiology. I think that's how you say it. Dyslexia is a terrible, terrible, terrible affliction. And I've been suffering it all my life. And it's difficult. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you're reading words that are the wrong way round and all sorts of things. But we got this far in life, so I dare you say we'll get a bit further. So, question 3, the answer? Nobody. Aha. Riddick Bowe relinquished his title. So that's how we got it. Didn't even have to have a punch-up. So Lennox Lewis got his first title by default. It's a fair one, isn't it? So we've got that. Question 4. The wall. Put another brick in the wall. How does it go? We don't need no education. Is that the one? Anyway, Pink Floyd's The Wall. There you go, you got it. Point and thumbs up. Anarchism. Anarchy. Anarchy. Anarchism. Who wants to live in a world of anarchy? Not me, that's for sure. So, got anarchy, give yourself that. Question 6. 3 times, you have to bash the sticks together 3 times in a bully off. And then you clatter it and you give it a clatter and dangerous game, hockey. Used to play it when I was a kid at school. Very dangerous. We only did it the once, took on the girls. Never again. They are vicious. So you got 3 times, you know what to do. Question 7. It's called Catch 18. The publishers didn't quite ring, did it? You'd say it, Catch 18, Catch 22. Catch 22 works better. There you go. Got it. All over it like a cheap suit. Question 8. Cascade. Oh, Cassandra. Cascade. Anyway, you can read it. Cascade. Formerly known as Cascade. Never heard of her. Or them, even. Singer by Cascade. New to me. Anyway, scrum half question. June 1940, that's when the Battle of Britain actually started. That's when the fighters first went up. And it ended in September. 12th of September, I believe, was the actual date that they drew a line under the Battle of Britain. And then the rest of the war went on after that. And question 10. Sisters are doing it for themselves. There you go. Sisters are doing it for themselves. Boom. Away you go. Let's see how you did. Stick some of your scores up in the chat box, and we should be able to see them. We should be able to see them coming up there. Innit? So there you go. If you've got all of that, give yourself a pat on the back. I'm sure you've done very, very well in this round. So I'll give you a minute or two while I finish what's my cold coffee. There you go. Cold coffee. Yeah. Never mind. Anyway, now you had a quick look at your scores. What we'll do is we'll press on. So, question 11. Oh, in poetry, what is the reputation of the initial letter or first sound of several works known as? Not sure I understand the question. I'll read it again. In poetry, what is the repetition of the initial letter or first sounds of several known works known as? Not sure I understand the question. But there you go. I'm sure you guys do. You're far more intelligent than I. So, question 12. Approximately how long is an eon? Cool. It took eons to do it, did it? It took eons. So approximately how long is an eon? Take a while to get there, wouldn't it? Question 13. Oh, here we go then. In June of what year was the treaty ending World War I signed? Hey, did you get that? In June of what year was the treaty ending World War I signed? That's the 1418 war, by the way, the Great War, the war to end all wars, which it didn't. We're still having punch-ups today, aren't we? Anyway, question 14. Boom. Who always had 56 curls in her hair? Who always had 56 curls in her hair? How did you manage to do that? You have to count every one of them. Must take a little bit of, must take a few curlers to put that in. Question 15. Oh, who is Declan McManus better known as? Who is Declan McManus better known as? Oh no, Mick McManus. He used to be a wrestler. So, question 16. Oh, the port of Alexandria is in which country? That's an easy one. The port of Alexandria is in which country? 17. Oh, who was the Greek writer of the fable The Tortoise and the Hare? That was a bit of a race, wasn't it? Who was the Greek writer of the fable The Tortoise and the Hare? I even give you the nationality, didn't I? Made it easy for you. Question 18. The equator crosses only one Asian country. Which one? That's an interesting one, isn't it? The equator crosses only one Asian country. Which one? Question 19. In 1963, in which English county did the Great Train Robbery take place? I was around then. What was I would have been about 5 when a Great Train Robbery took place. So which county was the Great Train Robbery taking place in? They've done a film about it and all sorts. Remember the film Buster? I think that had something to do with it. Last question in this round then, question 20. The Trans-Siberian Express has connected Moscow to which other Russian city since 1916? First World War was still going on then. Did Russia have an awful lot to do with the First World War? Must have done. I know they had a bit to do with the Second World War. But yes, question 20. The Trans-Siberian Express has connected Moscow to which other city, Russian city, since 1916? There you go. How did you do on that round? Did you think you did okay? Shall we find out? That's the thing. Shall we find out? Here you go then. Answers to round 2. So, 11. Just trying to get my head into this. Our alliteration. Alliteration. There you go. I'm not getting there in the end. Alliteration. Told you, dyslexia is tough. You get words like that really sort of catch you. So if you've got alliteration for question 11, give yourself the point. Question 12. An eon is 1 billion years. It takes a little while to get there, doesn't it? A billion years, 1 billion years. I suppose that has something to do with light years as well. How many light years would it be? A few. So 1 billion years, point, and etc. 13. 1919. If you read the question, in June of which year was the treaty ending the First World War? Because it ended in November, didn't it? 11th of the 11th of the 11th. 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month. 18. So it's got to be signed after that. So if you've got 1919, give yourself the point and the thumbs up. Where we go next? 14. Shirley Temple. On the go shit, lollipop. 56 curls. Must have taken. Imagine the curlers. So if you've got Shirley Temple, you know what to do. 15. Elvis Costello. Blimey, I didn't know that. Not until I put a quiz together anyway. So, if you've got Elvis Costello, give yourself a point. Question 16. Of course, it's in Egypt. It's on the northern coast there, isn't it, of Egypt. Alexandria. Remember that film, Ice Cold in Alex? Bit of a spy going on with Anthony Quayle, Sylvia Sims, John Mills, and what's his name, Andrews? There you go, Ice Cold in Alex. Alexandria is in Egypt. 17. Aesop. Wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have got that. I'm sure you clever people did, but I didn't. I've heard of it, that obviously the tortoise and the hare, because it's a race. And the tortoise won it, because the hare was cocky. So, there you go. If you've got Aesop, give yourself the point. 18. Of course, it's Indonesia, isn't it? It's the only one that crosses the equator. I thought it might have been like India, but no, it's not. India's too far north. It's just in the northern hemisphere. But Indonesia crosses the equator. So I've got Indonesia, point. 19. Buckinghamshire. Of course, just outside Leighton Buzzard, which is in Buckinghamshire. Ain't far from Hertfordshire, but no, it was Buckinghamshire. If you've got Buckinghamshire, give yourself the point. Last one, Vladivostok. Yes, of course it is. Right over on the eastern part of Russia, Vladivostok. So, there you go. Start popping your doobry what's its thingy bobbers in the doobry firkin. Roughly translated, that means put your scores in the comments box. Oh dear. So, how well did you do? Are we on course to get maximum points today? Or I'm sure you're getting well over 50%. I mean, well over 50% is pretty good going. So, my dear friends, the last round. The last round. So, if you're ready, if you've, how's the chat going in the chat? Are you all having a bit of banter? Helping each other out? I hope you're not cheating. So if you're cheating, you don't deserve the prize. We all know what the prize is. It's a prize that money just can't buy. And that's my undying gratitude for taking part in the quiz, supporting me. Tell your friends, get them to subscribe, get them to join in. It's a fun evening, because there's nothing on the telly, is there? Really, there ain't nothing on the telly. Here we go then. Question Enatuva, that's 21, or the replacement graph. Which band has a 1966 hit with Last Train to Clarksville? Does that make sense? Which band has a 1960s had, that should be had. Told you, dyslexia. You've only got, when you're typing, one fat fingers don't help either. So, which band had a 1960 hit, 66 hit with Last Train to Clarksville? 22. Oh, in which 1969 musical film did Clint Eastwood sing I Talk to the Trees? Clint Eastwood singing, really? I thought he was a gunslinger. Or was he the Terminator? Oh no, that's Arnie, isn't it? No, Clint Eastwood, yeah. In which 1969 musical film did Clint Eastwood sing I Talk to the Trees? 23. Here we go. Crème de crassa is a French sweet liqueur made from which fruit? crème de cassis is a French sweet liqueur made from which fruit? Oh, I should have paid a little bit more attention when I was at school. Still don't think it'll help the dyslexia, but there you go. So question 24. What was the name of the Queen of the Fairies in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream? So if you brushed up your Shakespeare, you'd have an idea. However, I didn't do Shakespeare at school. Explains a lot, doesn't it? Didn't do Latin either. So, question 24. What was the name of the Queen of the Fairies in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream? '25. What is the square root of 144? Dead easy one, that. Dead easy. Even I worked that one out. So, question 25. What is the square root of 144? 26. It's going to cause problems, and it's going to cause some problems. Meniere's disease is a disorder that affects which part of the human body? Meniere's, can't even pronounce it. Just hope I haven't got it. So you'll have to read that yourselves. Meniere's disease is a disorder that affects which part of the human body? 27. Oh. The King of Bartamia is an alternative title for which Gilbert and Sullivan opera? I'm not big on opera, if I'm honest. If I'm telling the truth, I'm not big on opera. It's an acquired taste, opera. It's an acquired taste. I'm telling you, it's an acquired taste, opera. So, The King of Bartamia is an alternative title for which Gilbert and Sullivan opera? 28. Oh. What type of sauce is traditionally served with roast lamb? Don't mind a bit of roast lamb. What do they call it? It's gone. My mind's gone. Oh dear. What type of sauce is traditionally served with roast lamb? And the penultimate question in this quiz. Terrace at Night is an 1888 oil painting by which Dutch master? Terrace at Night, that's what I should have said, is an 1888 oil painting by which Dutch master? And the final question in this quiz. In which ocean is the Bermuda Triangle? Was it Barry Manilow that sung about Bermuda Triangle? Something like So, another fairly easy one to finish with. I think that's quite an easy one to polish off with. So, question 30, in which ocean is the Bermuda Triangle? Well, that's the end of the questions. I suppose you want the answers, don't you? Right, let's see how well you did. So the answer to question 21 was the monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. We keep monkeying around. Last train to Clarksville. You know what to do with that one. Give yourself the point because you know you got it right. The monkeys. Question 22 then. Paint Your Wagon. Clint Eastwood singing in Paint Your Wagon. There's the other one, wasn't it? Lee Marvin. I was born under one. It was him. I don't remember. I saw the film many years ago. But I don't remember Clint Eastwood singing in it. So if you've got Paint Your Wagon, give yourself the old point. You know what you're doing. Where we go next? 23. Blackcurrants. Yes. Crème de crassa is a French sweet liqueur made from blackcurrants. So we've got blackcurrants. I've never actually tried it. I'd have to try some. Quite partial to blackcurrants. In fact, having said that, blackcurrants is the kind of flavour you get from a Polyak, which is a claret. My favourite, by the way. Right, moving swiftly on. 24. Titania. Titania. There you go. The Queen of the Fairies. Titania. I wouldn't have got that one. So if you did, you know what to do. You got the point. If you didn't, you don't get the point. 25. 12 12's 120, 144, isn't it? That's the square root. 144, 12. If you've got 12, and I'm sure you all did, because that's a dead easy one. I like to make some of them very easy. You see the point. Question 26. The inner ear. I think I've got it. Because all I can hear in here is tinnitus. I wonder if it's got something to do with tinnitus. Wherever it is, it's driving me nuts. Hopefully by the time you see this, I'll have got some tweaks done to my hearing aids to be able to counteract it a bit, because it's doing my head in. If you're suffering from tinnitus, my heart goes out to you because I know what it's like. It's terrible. Anyway, so if you've got inner ear, give yourself the point. 27. The gondoliers. Yeah, I wouldn't have got it either. So if you did, if you're into opera, good on ya. 28. Mint sauce. Of course it was. Mint sauce. Lamb shank. That's my favourite. I love a lamb shank. Ooh, nice big juicy ones. So the penultimate question, 29. It's old Vincent, wasn't it? Old Vincent van Gogh, he painted that. Calf Terrace at night. Slap, 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 slap. Bit of oil paint. Job done, isn't it? And the last answer, North Atlantic Ocean. That's where it is. It's Bermuda, isn't it? It's off Bermuda, which is in the North Atlantic. On the western side of North Atlantic. It's where they normally come up from the Caribbean to Bermuda before they make the hop across to the Azores when they're doing round the world stuff and all that. So, let's see how you all did. Start popping your scores in the comments. So what you need to do is put your score for that last round and then add all your scores up to give your overall score. And I'm sure most of you got well over the 50%. And you all get my undying gratitude for taking part. Because there's nothing on the telly, is there? There really is nothing much on the telly worth watching, particularly on a Tuesday evening. I mean, there's even less on a Thursday. So Thursdays, you might as well come in and join in the conversation on mental health. Because we've all had troubles. Everybody, I don't care who you are, at some time in their life has had a little wobble with their mental health. Well, have you enjoyed this quiz? I know I've had to do it virtually or recorded it in advance. It's only because I wasn't sure I'd be able to do it while I was away. So there'll be a few other things that I'm doing while I'm away that you can join in, and I'll put them up as a premiere. Put them up as a premiere, as I understand, you can interact in the comments. So you should, all being well, all see this in the old comments. And if you like what I do with the quizzes, please share it with your friends and have a little competition. See how you do against other people with a quiz. Get your friends involved. Oh, it's fun. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Not even to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe either. But what it does do, it's a bit of fun. And if you get your friends involved as well, little syndicates going, see how well you do up against your friends. It's all good fun. It's just a bit of fun. And the prize, I mean, is actually priceless. It's a prize that money just cannot buy. And that's my undying gratitude for taking part and being there and commenting and taking part. It's just like to thank you all so very much. And if you did miss the live, tell your friends you missed the live, and you can go back and watch it, and then you can still put your scores in. So until next Tuesday, when all being well, I'll be back live, not recorded. Thank you for being there and taking part. So TTFN, ta-ta for now.